Hello, in this video I'm going to show you the basic setup for a stone water wall. How we have done it, well, a couple of dozen times, and with this system you can build stone water walls like this. And like this. And what you can see in a few seconds is how beautiful the light is reflected, as you can see here. With the same system, we have also built water walls like this. Okay, you can go to wawazen.net and there you will find more information on how to build such a water wall. But in this tutorial, I'm going to show you the basic setup of a stone water wall water feature. Actually, it's three main components you have to consider. First, it's the overflow channel here at the top, then the bottom tank, and then you have the stone plate. Usually, the stone plates are delivered with, let me check, 30 centimeters. This is what you will usually get when you order a stone plate. And then here I will show you the overflow channel. So if you want to download the blueprint for this overflow channel, you can contact me. I would be glad to support you. And as I maybe already said, we have a Waterwall School where we teach you how to do such water walls and indoor waterfalls, and where we also support you starting a business by using our system. So what we have here is the overflow channel. This is around about 6 centimeters in depth and 6 centimeters here in height. Then we have here a profile which is around about 35 millimeters, so that we could put in the 30 millimeter stone plate and we would still have 5 millimeter space in case of uneven bendings or whatever. So then I think you can imagine that the water, it will be pumped in here from below, then the gutter or spillway is filling itself, and then the water is floating here across this lip, and then very probably you are going to get a very nice water film on that stone plate. So what you want to consider is that the back should be minimum 2 centimeters higher than the level where the water will overflow, so that you don't have the water going anywhere else. Then also what you can see here is we have a sharp edge here, because if you would make the side borders like that, the water could go in front and then drop in a free fall instead of staying attached to the stone plate. What you also can see here that we have more than 90 degrees here in this bending. This is to avoid the capillary effect, as I've already experienced, because if we would have here two parallel surfaces, the water could get up here and then it could find its way at the back of the stone, and then maybe also at the back of the overflow channel, and then maybe to the wall, etc., etc. So it's very important to take care of that. So usually we're making the stone plate maybe 3, 4, or 5 millimeters wider than the overflow channel, because the good thing about having a stone plate is that it will suck the water, and it's pretty easy, and the distribution will the water distribution will go to the full covering of the stone plate with ease, because it's not a glass plate. When you do a glass water wall, it's a little bit more challenging. And what you can see here is we have 4 points where we put the water in, those have 25 millimeters in diameter. So I think you can imagine how to do that. So what we usually do is we take a hose, and then this hose gets a T, and then we distribute the water to those points. And what you also can see is here that we have 10 centimeters distance from this point to the border. And this is pretty important, because at the beginning we thought that we should put this inflow at here at the corner as near to the edge as possible. But actually what then happened was this Venturi effect. So we then had a stream of water which only could get one direction, which is towards the middle, and that had then actually the opposite effect. Instead of getting water to the edges of the stone plate, we had dry zones here because of this Venturi effect, which means that the water getting here in the overflow channel immediately gets a stream and a flow to the middle of the overflow channel, and then we had no pressure here in the edge. If you keep 10 centimeters distance to the corner here, then the water will go left and right, and you will have enough pressure and water moving at the edge of your overflow channel to distribute the water across the whole stone plate. I think this is the biggest challenge when creating a water wall, to get this water distributed evenly. So if you stick to those measurements I've just given to you, 25 diameter tube here, then 10 centimeters distance to the edge, 6 centimeters high, 6 centimeters deep, then you're going to have a very nice and harmonic and even water distribution across your water wall, across your stone plate. So this is it for the overflow channel. Then actually we do it like that. We just screw this overflow channel to the back wall, and you know, the stone plate, it is stable itself, so you don't need any further things to do because it's stable. So then you just put it here in the bottom tank. In this example, this bottom tank is a little bit higher because we have connected it with technical tank in the room behind, so that the water, so in the room behind we have the pump which then would deliver the water to the overflow channel as I have shown you right now, and then the water would be collected here, and through a 70 diameter backflow tube or pipe it will come back to the technical tank in the room behind. So this is what I can show you too in the Wawazen Waterwall School, how to set up a separate technical tank. But I just wanted to show you one important thing here inside the bottom tank, which is this plate here. So because it has the function to redirect the water in a slight angle, so that we avoid splashing and we avoid noise. So if you put an angled plate here, then the water, it will not drop straight on the water surface but in an angle, and this will reduce sound and also splashing a lot. And what you also can see here is that we have used those standing pipes or tubes to get in from the wall behind the stone plate, and then we would put the hoses through those tubes and then do the T and go to the sub distribution. So yeah, this is the basic setup when you do a water wall feature with a stone plate. And what I would recommend is that you use a dark stone, because what we already did, and what's a really sad story is that if you use a white stone or a pretty light stone, then you won't see the water almost at all. You can barely see the water, and the reason for this is that water itself, it is actually it's transparent. So the only thing you see on water is the light reflections. So imagine if you have a dark background, are you going to see the light reflections better when you have a dark background? Yeah. But if you have a shiny light background, then you barely can see the light reflections. So actually you really can turn off the water. It will be almost the same effect if you use a white stone. So use darker stones, because otherwise you're not going to see the effect of the water waves unless you use really very, very strong lights. So I hope you enjoyed this, and I would appreciate very much your comments. Tell me what else you would need. And as I said, we have a Waterwall School, so we're teaching this stuff very deep in detail, and it's and we also help you to start a business doing that. My name is Markus. I'm the founder of the Wawazen Waterwall School. I did more than 180 different custom-made water walls for customers. I also did a water wall for Airbus. And I also would like to help you create your own secure water wall, or help you start your business and thrive with it. So hope to see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.